by reading my statement which I wrote, and I will go from there, and then I'll read your comments. So I'll start by reading a statement which I wrote regarding the arrest, the charging and arrest of the former First Lady, Mrs. Esther Tembo Lungu, which happened yesterday. So as a leader of New Era Democratic Party and also as a human rights advocate, I'm here to talk about this arrest of the former First Lady, and I feel like this is a violation of a woman. This is a violation of a wife. I feel that this arrest is not made in a good intention, and I will explain why. So I'll read my letter, and then after the letter, we can discuss. I can read your comments as well, and we can go to TikTok later. Those who are free, we can debate there on TikTok. So I'll read the letter. As the leader of New Era Democratic Party, I address the recent decision by the Drug Enforcement Commission to charge and arrest former First Lady Mrs. Lungu with deep concern. While the pursuit for accountability is essential to a just society, this decision raises serious questions about priorities and approach of our law enforcement in Zambia, potentially setting a troubling precedent. Charging a former First Lady may lead to political tensions and accusations of selective justice or political bias. Some may view such cases as a part of a politically motivated agenda, potentially eroding the trust in the justice system rather than strengthening it. As New Era Democratic Party, we firmly support the rule of law and believe that accountability must extend to all citizens, regardless of status. However, Mrs. Lungu's charges an amount of over 4.8 million kwacha, a figure that is very small compared to larger amounts reported in misconduct in our country. For example, we are prompted to reflect on whether the DEC's focus aligns with the greater good. Recent Financial Intelligence Center reports have identified more substantial financial abuse, with one report revealing that 3 billion in suspicious transactions within a single month. Likewise, scandals involving undervalued public assets have been shown, and none of those people are being investigated. This question must be asked: why focus on a former First Lady over a relatively modest amount when there are vastly larger financial discrepancies that demand scrutiny? Charging a former First Lady has broader implications that cannot be ignored. This decision, if handled poorly, risks heightening political tensions and dividing the public, as her position has historically been one of unity and national interest. It is critical that all proceedings are conducted with utmost transparency and fairness, ensuring that justice remains impartial and above reproach. The DEC and relevant authorities must pursue genuine accountability by pursuing cases of significant financial impact and addressing those truly responsible for depleting Zambia's resources. We must protect the integrity of institutions and build a society where justice is fair, consistent, and focused on the greater good. The letter is there on my page, so you can read my official statement But I just want to comment on this hounding of the former First Lady. It is actually political persecution. What this deck are doing is actually persecuting Madam Esther Lungu. And if you disagree with me, I'll give you an example. What happened when Faith Musonda was found with the money? You remember how much money was found with Faith Musonda? Remind me. Because this amount which Mrs. Lungu is being persecuted for is a 4.8 million kwacha. In dollars, it's less than 200,000. It's less than $250,000 US. Nimpieshi nono sana. Now, I want to say here that look at what happened to Faith Musonda. Faith Musonda bamuikete na shinge mpia. And what happened to Faith Musonda? Do we have any court case prosecuting Faith Musonda for that money she was found with? The answer is no. And this is why I'm here to say, if DEC could make an agreement with Faith Musonda to surrender all the money and not persecute her, why can't DEC reach an agreement with Madam Lungu? Mwamona? Faith Musonda badi misa. I want you to tag your DEC. Tag your DEC. I'm asking this question is directly kudi ba Drug Enforcement Commission. Mwalisangire Faith Musonda nempi eshingi sana. More money than yeo mlekta prosecute ba Nankan. Ba Esther. But ba DEC, you went into an agreement with Faith Musonda. You didn't charge her. She surrendered all the money. So what is stopping ba DEC from entering into an agreement with the former First Lady? What is really stopping ba DEC from entering into an agreement to say surrender all your properties and we won't charge you? Because this is a very unfair precedent. This is a very unfair precedent because today it is Mrs. Lungu facing charges. Tomorrow it could be Mrs. Mutintai Chilema or any other future First Lady. It's time we start considering as Zambians to have immunity on our First Ladies, the same way our presidents have immunity, the same way we should consider having immunity on our First Ladies. But our lechulira moniwa nani, you know, Mrs. Edgar Lungu has been tormented over this, which is normal, you know. It is normal for a husband to buy property in the name of the children, in the name of the wife. It's even biblical. It's in the Bible to leave an inheritance. It's biblical to leave an inheritance. And Madam Esther said that her husband gave her the gift. So if by Edgar Lungu gave by Esther the gift, why are you prosecuting by Esther Lungu? This is why we are saying this is a political persecution of a poor woman and is actually a human right violation. You are actually abusing this woman because she has told you the gift came from her husband. So why are you still persecuting the woman? They are actually violating Madam Esther Lungu. As women, we should all stand up and condemn this. We all need to condemn what is happening to Madam Esther Lungu. Because this is selective application of the law. And if you let Tarika, some of you are saying, no, she stole. She stole, but she has told you she didn't work. The money came from the husband. So why don't you investigate the husband? And I'll still come back to the DEC. But Dek made an agreement with Faith Musonda. Faith Musonda kwete shingempia. Is it Faith Musonda being dragged in and out of court today? No. Faith Musonda reached an agreement with Ibadek. She surrendered all the money, and I think the money, she no, compared to this money, Mrs. Lungu is being prosecuted. So the same measure that was used to Faith Musonda, the same agreement. Why can't Dek use the same agreement to Mrs. Lungu? Why? Which is a shame, and it just shows that this is political persecution, and it's really a shame because we have been talking about selective application of the law. Nomba Mwai because this same government, they reached an agreement with Faith Musonda. Mwamona? Faith Musonda, we don't have a docket. Tatuwetepo case. Oko Faith Musonda, bale mupingula pari shirie MP esho akwete. Shirie MP esho akwete Faith Musonda is a lot of money. But Faith Musonda reached an agreement with the Dek. So for me, I will stand on this. I am appealing to Dek to drop all the charges against Mrs. Lungu. Let them drop all the charges and reach an agreement for her to surrender all the properties instead of dragging her into court day and night. Tuanaka, you are abusing the poor woman. It's actually, you are violating her human right to own property. Who says a woman can't own property just because she's married? She's a very humble woman. But Esther tabalaka pono muntu. When there was gassing, that's the only time I saw Esther Lungu when she came to cry on camera. So earlier she dio mwemantu bakwarisa. Taturefa ififi nefire chitika. Me, I don't want tit for tat. I don't want this same thing to come and happen kuriba mutinta. No, we have to protect our first ladies. Our first ladies should be safe. You know? All our first ladies have been hounded. You know? Where are all our first ladies once quiz? She didn't steal the money by Rose. By Esther Lungu, she said the money was gifted to her. Mamona. She didn't steal the money. But Esther Lungu, she's not even a businesswoman. She's just a housewife. So she said her husband gifted her the money. So does it mean that if you are a housewife, you can't own property? But Rose, when you are here in California, but Rose, you know, like here in California, the laws. What the law here in California, half of what he owns is yours. Just the law itself, without even him half of that property is yours. Nganimotoka, whatever riches a man owns, here in California, half belongs to the wife. Where this is the laws in an advanced country where women are protected. Ba Rose ba Esther bali lando kwebati abalume baba pele. Okay, ba Esther kutiba ibashani impia. She's not part of government. She has not held any public office. Abalume baba baba pele ama gift. Mwamona. Okay, ine fondelando kwebati. I case na ifini na fe pariba Esther. because Esther is paying the price. You know, Dek is coming after Esther Lungu just because Esther is the wife of Edgar Lungu. Faith Musonda alikuisa bali musangire nempia. Why Faith Musonda tali mukoti lero? Faith Musonda reached an agreement with Dek. And this is why I'm saying to say, if Dek can reach an agreement with Faith Musonda, why can't Dek reach an agreement with Nankan? With Esther Lungu. Why can't Dek reach an agreement with Esther Lungu? We have heard, a lot of people have talked about this, of how presidents receive gifts. Balungu is not a nobody. Balungu is a career person, he's a lawyer. From there, he's a politician. Before he became president, he served as a minister. You know, Balungu was part of the team in privatization. He made some money there. Pamona Baakainde, they all made money during privatization. So how can you... But Mama Esther is not young. She wasn't born yesterday. And Balungu is Baliwomba more than 30 years. So you think Umuntu Awomba more than 30 years kuchi afro kula maflat? When we know that kulusaka kuchalala kudia, government workers ever kula mayanda kudia kuchalala. Workers from Zedara, whatever government ministries, amayanda yaba kuchalala. Who has built them? Government workers. And yet you want to persecute a first lady for a block of flats which is less than $200,000. They don't fear God, but let's be fair, Barros. Ninji shibefyo mulelanda. Me, I want a fair application of the law. We have heard kudia kunanika ni kudia kufika. 3 billion illegal transactions na ipita. Number 3 billion tapali ulelanda po. 3 billion yoya ya kuisa. Who is talking about it? Nobody. But padi ba muka Lungu 200,000. 200,000 mutani keba muka Lungu. Pali 200,000 US dollars. When 3 billion in a month is going. Even Ichela, yes, to yana kutali Chela, kuri picture which is circulating online. Chela tukuta. Uwa Bombele as a presidential photographer for 1 year in Zambia and 1 year in foreign mission. Chela tukuta nae kalamunganda yakwe and saying his house is worth 7.5 million. Kwacha. Chela tukuta ushabomba. Photographer. This is why we are saying ala mule imwenesha moba Dek, because now you are politically persecuting a woman who was married to a successful lawyer, politician, and a wife of a former Republican president. Mule isebanya ba Dek. Chance one is sana. Me, I want Dek to make the same agreement which Dek did with the Faith Musonda, to do the same agreement with Madam Esther Lungu and stop dragging Madam Esther Lungu in the mud, embarrassing her. You know what? What can you do? Some women have lucky. Some women have never worked a day. There are women who are lucky. Some women are lucky like that. You know? So, number, should we punish her for her luck? For her blessing? Should we punish Madam Esther Lungu for Ipalo Diabo? I'm not mad at you. I'm not mad. I can't be mad at you. Me, I appreciate debate and agreeing to disagree. I'm not mad at you. I'm just saying, What is making me mad is Vadek. Vadek is picking. They are picking who to prosecute. Nankalala ndapofe idi ashidia kwa Faith Musonda dia pera kuisa. Faith Musonda bamusangire na mamilioni yanga. Ama milioni yo bamusangire Faith Musonda ni yanga aba kuisa. The government struck a deal with Faith Musonda, who was just a nobody. Number, why can't the same government strike a deal with the former first lady instead of dragging her to court every day? When she was married to a former lawyer, a former politician, and lastly, he was a president of Zambia for 7 years. Lungu is not a young guy. So for me, I'll be here, I'll be talking. I want answers. I want to know why the government is picking and choosing who to strike a deal with. Selective application of the law. Because Bahaka in the Balelandati, when they form government, they will respect the rule of the law. Equality before the law. We need equality. We can't sit back and see people being oppressed, persecuted, not to the rumba. Atibale bomba, no. Okay, well, if Esther Lungu is being prosecuted, then everybody else must be prosecuted. We can't pick and choose. Esther at Pantu Adiba Sangana. In fact, Esther Balilanda, Taba Penama Flati, Balume Babo. So the law should follow Balungu, but Balungu Badikwata immunity. So they should leave Madam Lungu alone. Instead of embarrassing Madam Lungu and then mule to Chena Bonse. We are all hurt. Ngatamuishiwe. And this we can even cost the presidency, the presidency of Bahaka Inde Ichirem. Because you are violating an innocent woman, a wife. How many women out there don't work? There is a lot of women there who don't work, but they have properties. Even Mutinta Bala Bomba. What is wrong with the HH Mutinta properties in her name? Nothing. A lot of men, they do that. Leave inheritance for your children. They buy gifts for their children and wives. When the world over, men gift their children. I am a flaster pale feyali. Kuno wala shtira baba kwa tempia. Gift island, umuntu wa mushtila island. Birthday gift, you know. Gift umuntu wa mushtila private jet. Nomba mufuru ya chiyo pantu tabomba. Nga mambo kunchita investigate. Let's say if I married a rich man, anshitile ndeke. Mwambo kunchita investigate ati ya pumulo wafunya kuise ndekeda. It was a gift. Apopene munkake. Kutuwa kako muntu pali gift oyo apoke ya chiyo wariba. It doesn't work like that. If I receive a gift, I tell you, well, you all know I'm not a rich woman. I just work, you know. But God forbid, or God bless me, I marry a man, anshtire ndeke, anshtire mayanda, nga naisa kuzambia mambo kulanta investigate, na mjema tivalu mewandi, yama anshtire. Is it fair for you to arrest me over a gift that I received? That is a violation. You are violating Madam Lungu. Because we all know that Madam Lungu tababo mbapo. Fiafuma kubalume. Number, why are you persecuting someone over a gift to your pocket? It's a shame. It is really a shame on you, Badek. Ero idena kulala ndapofye because Faith Musonda mwadi mulekera ko Faith Musonda. What happened to Faith Musonda? Mwadi mulekera ko. You struck a deal with Faith Musonda. So the same deal, why can't you strike it with Mama Esther Lungu Mwabalekera? Instead of dragging her from court every day. Mulefu abaka fuire mu court na BP. Na bakula, let her enjoy her retirement and her grandchildren. The law should be fair about Karen Ifetuleland. Let there be fairness. Bela Sala, they should not pick and choose whom to prosecute. Let them prosecute everyone. So, enya shinjishile mkulanda pan. And therefore, they in a deal over because these things are happening at the same time. Faith Musonda impia bamwikete nasho nishinga. Nimpia shingi sana. Abakwe. Tuadiumfata ichita strike deal. So the same deal, why can't the government strike the same deal na nankan? Naba Esther Lungu. But you want to horn the poor woman. I'm not supporting them. I'm just one Rose. I'm not supporting anyone. Dela and the Fekobati. Faith Musonda who is na 65 million ever mwikete na ina. Yeah? 65 million kwacha versus 4 million. So, uyu wa 65 million bali sign a deal na kubali mulekeda area. Number nga baba 4.8. That is a small amount of money. Tulelanda pari equality before the law. Me, I am just here to say, Faith Musonda bali mulekera ko na 65 million. Number ba Madam Lungu nish. Why are you hounding Madam Lungu over 4.8 million ni? Faith Musonda mwali mulekera ko pari 65 million. Eh? That that dancing, it's crazy. I don't even want to talk about you. Sexual pornographic niponidia. All those UPND, whatever and an only topic. I don't even want to talk about it. I know, but Sister Rose Chen Tulelanda. But if you feel you don't want to talk about it, me, I'm a human rights advocate, so that's why I speak, because it's injustice. Because this woman, she was a first lady. Why can't they cut a deal with her? If they can cut a deal with Faith Musonda, pari 65 million. No, ba Esther Lungu pari 4.8 million. Why? is she being persecuted? Why can't the DEC cut a deal with Madam Esther Lungu? So, Enya Shiryo. Hi, Kezia, Doreen Mulishani. Fair and fair, want. Let's be fair. Hello, First Lady. I'm wondering. I've said what I had to say. You can make your comments. I'll try to read your comments when I have time, but tafide wama mwandi. Zambian politics, Sister Rose, is another level. Kukosa. You just got to know where you stand and what you believe in. You can't follow people. You know, people will always be people. People will always be people, but you just have to know what you believe in. Yep. So thank you guys. We'll be here. We'll be talking. I know it's late. People can watch when they have time. I'm going to share in my groups. And we just advocate for justice for Madam Esther. I think this is injustice. You know, if the DEC can cut deals with other people, why can't they cut a deal with Madam Esther? Why are they hounding Madam Esther? Why can't they cut a deal? You know? They have already seized the property. So, what sentence? Do they really want to throw Madam Lungu behind bars? This is the question. Because they have already seized the properties. What else do they want? They want to throw Madam Lungu behind bars? Like, really? If anything, the first one who should have been thrown behind bars should be Faith Musonda, who is na 65 million yaba quiz. We can't be clapping. For me, I will not clap because it's not fair. If it was if this were prosecution of Madam Esther was fair, I would be clapping. But because the prosecution is not fair, DEC is picking and choosing who to prosecute. Faith Musonda bakuisa na 65 million yabakuisa. Where is the 65 million here kwa Faith Musonda? Faith Musonda bakuisa alikuwa court case. Yes. So let us be fair, guys. We just can't be clapping, targeting people. Mwayafe kuliwa Esther, mwalunga mafeba Esther. Paka mukabe ngishe mukabalongi. Bambi banaba kwa temilandu bale muleba pishoku no kushitakachi ama Jews na bena. You don't run a country like that. Especially when you are dealing with the former first lady. That is injustice. And the woman has told you the husband gifted her those things. So go after the husband and leave the woman alone. The president himself, Bahaka H&M, has not declared his assets. So what is he talking about? It's going to be a problem from Bamtinta. It's a very bad precedent, you know. It is a very bad precedent. If a case achitika, now I am being a prophet. If you buy Esther Lungu, by HH tabashita declare my assets yabo. So chiketa bashani. Chika bashani ku future. Because people treat you how you treat them. Because all of us, we are wounded not to Chenekwa. A lot of people, they are not happy. Because it's political persecution. If not, then everyone will go through the same. But bambi bareba pisishoko. Nganaba kwa temina nduba pitira kudoi mbibaita negotiate, they are free. And now you are persecuting Baba Esther Bakaye day and night, and you want us to be happy? No. So that is that, guys. Thanks for watching. We'll be here. We'll be talking. I know it's late there, but good night. And I'll try to share in the groups and also Napa TikTok for you to listen to a summarized version. Thank you for watching and God bless. Bye.